Hi, everyone. How are you? Hope you are well. This is the Love and Money Show. So, today we are going to talk about financial independence and the FI number. So, this is for people who are unfamiliar with the concept of financial independence. What is financial independence? Well, financial independence is when your assets cover all of your liabilities. So, you have enough assets to cover all of your bills. That at that point is when you reach financial independence. There are three ways that you can get to financial independence: stock market, real estate, or business. So I'm going to talk about the stock market for a minute, and we're going to calculate our FI number. So this concept of financial independence, there's a whole community out there called the FIRE movement, Financial Independence Retire Early. And it's so interesting when your mind focuses in on one subject, you start to draw people to you who are thinking about the same thing. And it's really weird because you're either conscious or you're not conscious. And so when you start to become conscious, you start to draw different people to you. And so it's so weird. So there's this whole community out here called the FI community or the FIRE community, Financial Independence Retire Early, uh, the FI community. So there's something called a FI number. And so what this FI number is, I'm going to have you calculate your own FI number. So what you're going to do is calculate, get all your bills together and calculate how much money do you need every month to pay your bills. What is that number? For some people, it's higher. For some people, it's lower. How much money do you need every month to pay your bills? So let's say it's $5,000. Now, I know there are some people that don't need that much, and other people may need more. But anyway, we are going to go with 5,000. You need $5,000 every month to pay your bills and to do everything that you desire to do. So, to pay your bills, to buy extra stuff that you want to buy, like getting your hair done, um, miscellaneous things. So, say you need $5,000 every month to pay your bills. So, what you're going to do is multiply that by 12. So, $60,000. So, you need $60,000 a year. So, what you're going to do is take that number and multiply it by 25. And you come up with 1.5 million. This is what is called your FI number. Once you reach this number, you no longer have to work. The reason being is that when your money is in the stock market, it grows in perpetuity. Even if you no longer put money in it, this money is growing on its own. So the ideal is that when you reach this number, you're going to take 4% every year and live off of that 4%. So multiply this number by 0.04. And that takes you back to your 60,000 a year that you're living off of. And so that is the FI number. This is the journey that the FI community is on to achieve this FI number. And this number will be different for everyone. Some people need 5,000 a month. There are some people out here that only need 1,000 a month. And then other people are on the other end where they need more money. So one more time, take 5,000, multiply it by 12. That's 60,000 a year. multiply that by 25, that's 1.5 million. 1.5 million is your FI number. Once you reach this number, you no longer have to work. Now you may ask, and you may think, what an outrageous number. How in the world am I supposed to get to 1.5? Well, you get to 1.5 by being in the stock market and experiencing what is called compound interest. So this money grows on its own for the simple fact that you have it in the correct investment account with the correct investments. So I'm going to give you an example of something that you can do for your children. Um, there are people out here who invest for their children, and you should be investing for your children. So I'm just going to give you an example. In the stock market, your money doubles every 7 years for the simple fact that you have it in there. So, say, for example, you have a child that is 0 years old. Say the child is in your womb right now, just for an example. So, say you set up an account, $10,000. So, when your child is 7 years old, multiply that by 2. They will have 20,000. And this is without you putting another dime in there. It just grows on its own. So by age 7, the child will have 20,000. This is starting with a $10,000 investment. So in another 7 years, your child will be 14. You multiply that by 2, 40,000. Another 7 years, your child will be 21. Multiply this by 2, 80,000. Another 7 years, your child will be 28. Multiply that by 2, 160,000. Another 7 years, child will be 35. Multiply that by 2, 320,000. Another 7 years, your child will be 42. Multiply that by 2, 640,000. So this is an example of how the stock market works and how investing for your children is setting your children up. Now, some people are already doing this for their children. So that's just an example of how to get to that FI number, understanding how compound interest works. So that is the one way, the FI community. Some people are taking the way of the stock market. The other way is the real estate way. And again, financial independence is when all of you have enough assets to cover all of your liabilities. And so since real estate is an example of an asset, what you would do is buy enough properties to cover all of your bills. So say for example, 1 month of bills is 5,000. So what you would do is buy property to cover that $5,000. This is for people who are taking the real estate route. So say for example, you're buying single family homes. Of course, it's better to go with multifamily, right? Multifamily is faster, but say that you start with a single. So a single is going to bring you in about $300 per door. So if your bills are $5,000, take the 5,000 divided by 300, and this is how many doors you would need to reach financial independence where you no longer have to work anymore. Now, this would be fewer if you were to go the multifamily route, but I'm just doing the single family route right now. So that is the other way, the stock market way, the real estate way, and then there is the business way. So there's a difference between reaching financial independence and becoming a millionaire. Some people choose to hit that financial independence route first and then aim for the millionaire status. Other people have no desire for the millionaire status. They just want to be free, right? So people have different goals, and that's perfectly fine. Some people just want financial independence. Some people desire to be millionaires. Some desire to be multimillionaires. Some desire to be billionaires. Everyone has their own desires, their own goals. So, just to remind you, there's a difference between financial independence. This is what some people desire, to be free. Once you reach financial independence, you are free where you set your own terms. You do whatever you want to do with your time. And then there is the millionaire or the multimillionaire or the billionaire status. Some people desire. And then there are some people who have no desire for wealth creation whatsoever. So everyone has their own desires, their own goals. And so I just wanted to bring that into you to remind you of the concept of financial independence. Just having that concept is important. The concept of financial independence and the FI number. So I have a stock class. Black Friday is coming up. It will be on sale, 20% off. And some components of the stock class are: what is the stock market? How does compound interest work? What is investing? How do you invest? And then some options for what to invest in. It's not financial advice, it's for educational purposes only. And this is for people who are interested in getting into the stock market and people who are interested in creating wealth. So if you're interested, you can DM me or you can email me. My email is info@elevationmentor.com. And once you send me an email, what I will do is I will send you the discount code for the Black Friday sale. So go ahead and reach out to me if you are interested in learning more about the stock market. So this is the Love and Money Show. If you like the show, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber and the notification bell next to it. And what you're subscribing for is business ideals. I bring people onto the show to share different business ideals with you. So far, I have been bringing on real estate people. I am hoping to reach people who have different types of businesses to give you different types of ideals because there are a million ways to make $1 million. And we do not hear of these different ways. So I would like to expose you to maybe some of the things that you have not been exposed to. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your night.